Hey everyone, it has been a month and a half since I have posted here on YouTube, but who's counting? And I have decided to completely pivot this channel, and we're going to talk about that today, along with the fact that I might be getting brain surgery and how you can become a beta tester for the app I'm developing. So lots of roller coaster of emotions in today's episode, lots of random information to catch you up, and this is going to be going on for the next 100 days. Everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tabitha Bear, and this is A Hot Mess Builds an Empire. Now, normally I have some sort of cheeky, really engaging greeting where I'm like, hey, I'm helping day one entrepreneurs, and I'm not going to be doing that anymore. I had my fun with what it was that I was doing. The whole point initially, what I was doing was to get comfortable on YouTube. And I was like, what do I want to do? What do I want to talk about? And I was like, you know what? Let me just talk about things that help people in business when you're starting out as an entrepreneur that I just don't see available on YouTube and see available anywhere. Or like there are things that felt like gatekept, like how do you do this and how do you do that? So, but that was like while I was figuring it out, right? Like all that content was while I was in a waiting room with the goal of getting comfortable on YouTube. Well, now I'm very comfortable on YouTube. So how do I pivot to incorporate entrepreneurship still, while also talking about the fact that I have a tech startup in the last month and a half? And what are we going to do about that? So this channel is pivoting the chronicles, the excitement, the craziness behind being a bootstrap tech startup. That tech startup is called NomadKit CO, and our first product is called Beacon. It is a mobile app for international traveling entrepreneurs, for location independent workers, for people who travel internationally all the time. This app is being built for you. It is an all-in-one travel companion. And I'm going to be talking about features. I'm going to be talking about what it's like to build an app. I'm going to be talking about the days where the code just won't talk to each other. We have those days. We have those days where it's like, you know what? No. And it's just kind of like, are you kidding me? It looks so beautiful looking at the code and it just won't do anything. Anyway, so that's what the next 100 days are going to be about. And I'm really excited for it because I think this is the kick in the pants I needed to be able to show up. My lady entrepreneur friends, as you guys know, who've been here, I have like this monthly session with my lady entrepreneurs. We're telling me like, document your journey, see how things go, like make sure you're sharing everything with yourself just so you have that like journaling of this was me building a tech startup. And I have those videos, but I was just like, what am I, who are these videos for? What am I doing? What am I talking about? There are times I start it where I'm like, hey, it's 3 a.m. I'm just taking a break in between coding sessions. Like, it's like, I'm not talking to anybody, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to take that and just make it public. Yay. Yay for you getting to watch those videos. But yeah, I'm taking on a 100-day challenge. Now, initially, this channel started with a 100-day challenge, but I had got into a car accident the day before. And I was like, no, I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to do it. And for those of you who've been here for a while might remember that my videos had lots of cuts in them. Lots of cuts. I had a really bad, I think it just stopped because it detects my phone. So I'm going to turn my phone off because it does this all the time and I don't understand how to get it to not do that, where it like interrupts my video to bring on my phone. So now my phone is off. I put it on Do Not Disturb before, but that wasn't enough. Anyway, so I started this channel the day after I was in a really bad car accident, which I'll throw some pictures in here to show you how bad that car accident was. My car flipped multiple times. I hit my head really hard. And I mean, I was just covered in bruises from like my seatbelt and thrashing about and everything. And yeah, so I've been on the struggle bus the last 9 months trying to overcome me hitting my head. And that leads me into, I've been in and out of hospital the last few weeks. That's kind of why I haven't been here, is because I've been really focusing on my health. And NomadKit CO kind of took a back seat on that one, which really, I hate when my momentum is thrown off, because I feel so good about this product. I feel so good about this company. And to just have it be in the midst of this really exciting phase of building the product and it having to wait, it's really difficult to come back to it, because I'm like, where was I? What was I coding? What was I doing? That sort of thing. But the last few weeks, test your patience, right? And the grace you're willing to give yourself. And there are things I found out about my brain between MRIs, lumbar punctures, and CAT scans that, which a lumbar puncture is a spinal tap, by the way, that I'm going to need brain surgery. So I get a follow-up on this tomorrow. This is going to be something that I'm going to reach out for second and third and fourth opinions, because it is my brain, right? And if I'm going to have brain surgery, I want it to be done by somebody who knows what they're doing, and not just like, oh, this is routine for me. I want somebody who knows what they're doing. I want the recovery to make sense. I don't want it to just be like, you know, hey, I'm going to fix your brain and then you can go home and recuperate. No, I know this sounds very needy, but listen, it's brain surgery. So I want it to be like, here's brain surgery and your recovery in the hospital is X amount of time, because we need to monitor you to make sure everything is okay. You know what I mean? Like, I want that cushion and everything. So seeking more opinions, seeing people tomorrow, but you will be updated next week about that appointment, because I am batching this week's content because I am back at work full time. So I'll have to keep you in the loop, but you'll hear about it next week. Okay. So 100 days, the next 100 days in public, building a bootstrap tech startup, that is definitely happening and getting journaled here online. And I'm going to be sharing like books that I'm reading to help me, communities that I have signed up to be part of, with other tech startup founders and stuff like that, because I think it's really important to know like what is available out there for you to utilize when you're in this situation. Now, I am considering reaching out to a couple investors, but it's like an angel investor thing. I don't think that I want to go venture capital startup direction, because I really want this to be mine, right? And I just don't foresee it being crazy big enough. And I mean this very respectfully to myself, to my company, to my product, everything like that. I just don't see it something as like I want it to go public. You know what I mean? And a lot of venture capitalists look for that tech startup that wants to go public, that wants to be the next Stripe, the next Venmo, the next this, the next that, right? And that's not something I see for myself in this company. I want it to remain private, and I want it to remain something where I don't owe lots of money to lots of people because they helped me get started, and then I have to go public and deal with shares and percentages of ownership, and I just don't want that. So I will be looking at angel investors and stuff like that, and when I do, I will share that process with you as to where I'm finding them, what that's leading to, and whatever. So like that's going to be part of the journey here over the next 100 days as to what it is that I'm doing. So I do briefly want to talk about NomadKit CO. This is my tech company, and it's going to be tech for location independent entrepreneurs. I have so many ideas as to what I'm going to be coding for you guys over the next few years in terms of certain kinds of software and apps and everything like that. And I'm just tickled pink that I am taking this risk and this chance, because I feel like everything I have done has been travel related in some aspect, but it has been safe. It has been calculated risks of content creation, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, and staying inside a particular box that I would sit here and I'd be like, and I do have videos and I do have reels and TikToks where I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, I want so much more and I want to do so much more. And I want to dive into learning more things and doing more things. And finally, I just woke up one day and I was like, build the damn app, build the damn app, build the app. So I'm building the app. I'm building the app. I'm doing it. But NomadKit CO is going to be tech for location independent entrepreneurs. And I'm really excited about this journey. It's going to be amazing. Our first product is Beacon. It's going to be an all-in-one travel companion. It's going to have a receipt scanner that scans your receipts from any country, translates it, and puts it into a budget tracker for you, has a currency converter, has the weather for the next few days based on the area where you are, has, passport and visa copies in it, has medical information in it, and you can provide a health profile, whatever you choose to put in it. You can put in a health profile that will translate it into the local language in case you find yourself in a medical situation where you need to be hospitalized or whatever. You can just show them this medical profile in their local language, so they just know what you're allergic to, know what medications you're on, know what medical diagnoses that you have, that kind of thing, right? So there's all these amazing things that will be included in Beacon. But to make that happen, I also need to be HIPAA compliant, GDPR compliant, all these other compliances, which cost lots of money to make sure that the app can run with those features, right? So that's why I'm going to start looking for angel investors to help me out with that. There are things that I myself can fund by working full time. The goal is to eventually get to a point where the app can sustain itself and pay for itself, really. But in the meantime, like there are like APIs that are integrated with AI tools and Google Maps and Google Weather and stuff like that, which is great, but it costs money to pull that information every single time, right? So depending on how many users I have and how the accounts are going, because there's going to be multiple varieties of accounts that you can have, like, it's like, oh man, I'm going to be footing the bill for a lot of receipt scans and all that stuff. So this is why I'm looking for angel investors. So if you happen to be an angel investor and you're interested, hit me up. The really cool thing that I want to share, because if you are interested in Beacon, if this sounds like something that you would be interested in using, I have a newsletter sign up, and it's less newslettery and more like, here are features we're rolling out. Like, it's like tech updates in the form of a newsletter. And it is also my beta waitlist. So if you are interested in being a beta user, which means you would have free access to the app when it is ready for beta phase, this means you would be testing it for free, but it's in exchange for feedback. It's in exchange for literally going out of your way to make it break. That's what I want you to do. Hey, my single sign-on doesn't work. Hey, this doesn't work. Hey, this is an amazing feature, and it would be great if this also had this. That kind of stuff. Like the feedback before it rolls out into actual version 1.0. It's just one of those things where I need people to use it, right? Because I'll use it in the way where it's like, I know how everything works, but it could be maybe I didn't go from one page to another page, like a point C to point D, and that function, for whatever reason, it doesn't flip from one page, from one screen to the next. It just doesn't trigger correctly. And that's something that people would find if they were using it, right? So While this is a newsletter of sorts, this is also my beta waitlist, so that this way, towards the end of the year, when the beta is ready, you will be informed that it's ready. You will have access to download it, and you will be able to use it on your travels. Let me know real time what's going on. There's going to be a ticket submission. So every time you guys have feedback or something is like clearly broken, there's a feedback submission, there's a ticket submission, all that stuff, right? And I need beta testers. I do. I need beta testers. So if this is something that you're interested in, please use the link in my YouTube video description and sign up for it. And then you'll get feature updates every once in a while of like, hey, this feature has been added and is going good, and this is how it looks, and here's like a little video clip of the app or something like that. And then also you will be automatically on the email list for the beta testers. So I just highly encourage that. And listen, I also know that some people are YouTube people and some people are TikTok people and some people are newsletter people. So if you also want to follow me on TikTok, I'm going to include the link in there. I highly recommend that you follow my journey here on YouTube for the next 100 days. And if you want access to the beta, you have to sign up for the newsletter. I am not offering it anywhere else. That is the only place I'm offering it for. And I'm offering it to as many people as want to take it, right? So I think the limit I have is like 1,000 people, but it's like 1,000 or 2,500 or something like that, whatever Apple allows, right? In their app store, like there is a cap on the beta users, and I'm blanking on how many that is. Anyway, please sign up to the newsletter if you are interested, but that's the only place that it's going to be available. I'm going to talk about it on YouTube and I'm going to talk about it on TikTok, but I'm not sharing the links or the downloads or anything except to the newsletter. So that's where we are. I hope I'm so pumped to be back on YouTube. I'm so excited. I'm like, but I hope this gives you an idea for those of you who have subscribed to me for the last 8-9 months of this journey. I hope that you see that this channel is pivoting. It's turning into something that really excites me. It's turning into something that it makes sense, right? Like before it was a hot mess builds an empire, and I was just kind of trying to make it like a royal hot mess. Like we're all a hot mess trying to build an empire. But really, you guys, I'm the hot mess trying to build an empire. And it just makes sense to still keep the title of the channel series, but focus it on me, but still being helpful with the tech startup industry. So hopefully you find this fascinating and entertaining, and hopefully I'm still, got that vibe that you were here for initially. But it is pivoting, it is changing. And I know sometimes that when content changes, you lose subscribers, and that's something that I'm okay with. I know it's something that's going to happen, and truly that's okay. But I do hope you'll sign up to be a beta tester. That would be amazing. And I hope you'll follow me and subscribe here on YouTube, and follow me on TikTok and the TikTok. And yeah, and I have like notes here for myself. I'm trying to be a little bit better about the cuts. My mind still goes a little blank here and there, but I feel like the cuts are getting so much better where it's not like, hey, how are you? Cut. And this is what's going on. Cut. Like I was watching one of my first my first videos on this channel, and I was just like, girl, what were you thinking? But we learn, we grow, we develop, we become better over time, right? So anyway, I'm just rambling at this point in time, but thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that you're here, and I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited to be in the world of YouTube again. And I will see you guys tomorrow. For real though. No, I'll see you tomorrow because I have like a whole 100-day challenge that I'm part of, and you'll see me tomorrow. Yep.